Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go! 60 Pittsburgh. Here we go. Bang, bang. General West. Bang, bang.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Complete. Smith has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll toss it to Smith. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of, if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I agree totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches, because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Set. 90 Wolf.
Watch the pass.
Go.
Throwing on second down. Rudolph. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ready, set.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And this is caught by Watkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
61, match box, right. Check 47. Get out.
A first down carry for Smith. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't...
And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcons. Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Check 45 to Mike. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Hey, exit.
45. 45. Mike, 45.
Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Johnson's got it complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Ready?
After the interception, here's Rudolph. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Target.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
2nd and 10. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Let's go. Let's bring it down.
They'll look to throw here. He gets this one to Johnson. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready? 60 or.
Come on, come on. Whip.
Watch the blue draw quarters.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the counter, it's Smith, and he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. This is taken around the 12.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Rudolph. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Running with Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 43. Check safety.
Go out.
They'll fake it. Now Rudolph under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now it's Rudolph. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
And a Falcon 1st down.
Head up. 18 Gator.
Coming this way, here we go.
Topper. Fight.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
30 base.
45.
2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons are going to get it at the 20.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
At the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
X3, 218, chopper. 2.
Rudolph now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
With it is Brown. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now Ito Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 41, Rudolph. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Smith. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here I come again.
2nd and 11. And a catch made by Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. Johnson, the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On first down, it's Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Come on, set. Head it over. Greystone, Travis.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rudolph. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They run the counter. Smith. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Not a blitz, but the guy who's normally the last line of defense recognized that he had a chance to get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what he did.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Move. 3 down.
Running from the gun, Johnson. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's get it.
Got it.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Switch up. Switch up. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash.
Fire.
They'll set up a throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's Bowden. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Down. 8 read.
54. Mike 54. Watch it slip.
General West.
Watch it slip. Switch. Switch. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Check. Check hot route.
Lee Griffin.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready?
45 to Mike. Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit. Watch that, watch that, watch that.
6'6", bullet high. Get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Letting one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the double.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Brings up second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
And it's third down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 77 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 27-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Ready.
Second and 4. toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it right there. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Play action. It's Rudolph. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They run with Howard, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, right around the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Key to tight end. Key to tight end. 3 down. 3 down.
2nd and 10. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Hey, Delta.
45, 45, Mike, 45.
Now back to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You.
They'll drop to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up to throw. Johnson's got it complete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Zoo.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets this one to Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Get it.
Looking to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Bravo.
2nd and 2. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Detroit, you start to wonder if it's going to happen this year. The Skid has hit 13 in a row on the season. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.